name is Danielle.
My name is Cassidy.
We love you, Glama!
Oh, I love you too, Glama girls. Hi everyone, Glama here again. Welcome back to Tutorial Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching that commercial at the beginning of this video. Y'all are awesome. So today we are finally going to make the project that y'all have been asking me about. I made a little sneak peek video and showed y'all what I was working on, the little poncho for my granddaughter, and I've been getting all kinds of responses. When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? So finally we are doing it. We're making it. So I kind of call it a Serape Poncho because it looks kind of Mexican style. So that's what I'm going to call it, Glama Serape Poncho. Okay, so this is what you'll be needing to get started for this project. Yarn, a pair of scissors, a J-hook, 2 stitch markers, a tapestry needle, and a row counter if you have one. Okay, let's get started. So I'm sure many of y'all saw the little video that I made when I was sitting outside at the park when I got my package from Red Heart, and I showed you all the little goodies that I got in my little box, and these Susan Bates hooks are one of the goodies that I got, and I was so excited. So I'm using the J hook from this little package that they sent me, and like I said, I was so excited to try them because so many of y'all said that I was going to fall in love with Susan Bates hooks, and a lot of y'all said that the reason is I think the pointiness of it right here it tends to not split your yarn, you're saying, and I have tried it. I made a little pillow cover this weekend, and it does work. I love it, and what I love about it is how deep the notch is right here on the hook. That's what I think I love the most. And many of y'all said you're gonna crochet so much faster when you try the Susan Bates hooks, and it just didn't make sense to me. I'm like, how can you crochet faster based on a hook? I mean, you either crochet fast or you don't. But you're right, you're absolutely right, and the reason being is because of that notch, I think, because when I used to crochet with my other hooks, let's just say, here, let me see what I'm doing here. I would go like this, and I would feel like I needed to hold the yarn so that it wouldn't fall off my hook, but because that notch is so deep, I don't feel like it's like I need to hold it because it's not gonna fall off. It just, that notch is so deep that it just holds on to your yarn. So I love it. Yep, I love it. So anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know I have tried it. I am in love with these, and I just want to thank Red Heart, Coats & Clark, Susan Bates for this wonderful gift, and Aunt Lydia's, because I also got thread. But right now I want to thank Susan Bates for sending me these hooks because they are awesome. So if y'all haven't tried it, you gotta go pick yourself up, even if it's just one hook. Go pick yourself up one hook and try it and see how you like it. And if you are new and you only want to try one hook for now to see if you even like crochet, I would suggest getting the H hook, because I tend to use the H hook more than anything. That seems to be my go-to hook, is the H. But right now I'm using a J hook, and it's a 6.0 millimeter. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to get started, I'm actually going to start with black because I want the bottom part to start off in black, single crochet of black, and then I'm going to use the maroon, and then the black again, and then the gray, and then I'll start that all over again. But before I get started, I wanted to explain to you that we're going to make a chain, and we're going to make a chain as long as we need it to go from the person's wrist over here to the person's wrist over here. And regardless of what size you're making it, if you're making it for a newborn, for a 10-year-old, for a 30-year-old, a 70-year-old, it doesn't matter. As long as you've got the measurement from one wrist to the other, and you make a chain that long, that's all you need. I'm always getting asked, how about if I want to make it in this size or that size? And I usually do tell you how to size it for different people. So for this particular project, as long as you make a chain from one wrist to the other, you're gonna be good. All right, and then you can determine how long you want your poncho. If you want it down to your mid thighs like I'm gonna make mine, or maybe you want it to here, or maybe you want a shorter one. It's up to you. So you'll determine how many rows you're gonna end up making. But for now, I'm going to work, I believe I just chose a number, multiples of 9 until I get to this wrist, and then I'm going to add 2 at the end of that. So do as many, if you're going to do it like me, do as many multiples of 9 as you need till you get over here, and then add 2 at the end. And the reason I'm going to do that is because in one of the rows I'm going to do 4 double crochets, and then I'm going to skip 2, and then 4 double crochets, and then I'm going to skip 2. So I don't know if I have it figured out exactly right or not. I want to end up on that row where I do that. I want to start off with the 4 double crochets, and I want to end up with the 4 double crochets. But knowing me, I probably figured it out wrong, but I'm going to try it with multiples of 9 anyway. So y'all can do however you want. You can do double crochets, single crochets, half double crochets, you can do V-stitches, whatever you want. I'm just giving you the basic pattern of how to make your poncho, and your chain just goes from one wrist to the other, or if you want your poncho even longer, go as long as you want it to be, okay? So basically it's going to be a long rectangle is what it's going to be, and I'm going to make mine to probably mid-thigh. So the very first row that we make is actually going to be the bottom of the front panel, okay? So like I said, we're going to make chains now. And let me get my black yarn. And so for those of y'all that are new, this is how you make a slip knot. This is how you start the project. Okay, and now we're going to make chains. You yarn over, pull it through the loop, yarn over, pull it through the loop, yarn over, pull it through the loop, and that's it. That's how you make a chain. And so like I said, make it from one wrist to the other, or the tip of your fingers to the tip of your fingers, however long you want it, or maybe you only want it from the elbow to the elbow. It's up to you. I'm going from the wrist to the wrist, and then I will meet you back here when you've got the number of chains that you need for your project. Have fun. So now what we're going to do, I know this is difficult to see. Here's the loop on my hook, and there's the first chain under my hook. I'm going to skip that chain and go into the second one. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through 2. And we're going to just keep doing that throughout all the chains, okay? Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through both, I mean. Okay, so just keep doing that. Just keep making single crochets all the way down your chain till you get to the end of your chain, all right? And I will meet you when I'm close to the end of mine, and when I've got a few stitches left to go. That way I can explain to you what to do next. Alrighty guys, I'll meet you back here when you are close to the end of your chain. Have fun! Okay, so here I am close to the end. I have 2 more chains to go. And right here, I'm going to do something a little differently on the very last one because I'm going to change colors. If you're not going to change colors, don't worry about this. Just make your single crochet into that one as usual. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my hook, pull up a loop, and stop there, and I'm going to drop this color, and I'm going to pick up my maroon, and rather than draw the black through the 2 loops, I'm going to draw my new color through it, and that makes a nice seamless way to change colors. And you can go ahead and cut this, just leave yourself a little bit of a tail so that you can weave that in later. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the black tail with the new tail, the maroon one. Now that we've got our new color inserted, we're going to chain 1, turn our work around. Okay, we're going to take that maroon tail and that black tail, and we're going to try to incorporate it as we crochet along here. Okay, so we chained 1, and I should have said to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3, because now I'm going to do double crochets. Okay, now let's turn it all back around again. And don't worry about this first tail when we first did the black chain. Don't worry about that one for now. We can weave that in later. But I'm going to try to incorporate these 2 tails that I just made. You yarn over, and you're going to insert your hook into that second stitch. Pull up a loop. Now you have 3. Go through 2, and then go through 2, and there's your double crochet. Okay, and now just keep doing that. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, incorporating those 2 tails again. Yarn over, go through 2, go through 2. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, go through 2, go through 2. And now at this point you can just cut that tail because you've incorporated it enough, as well as we made a knot over here, so it's not really going to go anywhere at this point. So this is what it looks like. Okay, I've got a trim of black, and now I'm going to do double crochets all the way down till I get to the end of the row. And when I get to the end of the row, for those of y'all that don't know how to start a new row of double crochets, I will meet you back here, okay? Alrighty guys, have fun making your double crochets all the way to the end of your chain, and I will see you soon. Have fun! Okay, so I'm close to the end here, and let me show you how to start a new row of double crochet. Okay, so here's 1, and here's my last double crochet of the row. Okay, and now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Right here at the 3rd chain that we just made, you might want to put a stitch marker there, because that's where we're going to, because then we'll know that that's our last stitch of the row when we're coming back this way. Okay, so I know that's what I had to do when I was first starting out. Okay, so there's our chain 3. We turned our work around. Now we're going to yarn over, and we're not going to go into that first stitch. We're going to go into that second one, and we're going to continue on with double crochets. Okay, and we're just going to do that all the way to the end. And when we get to the end of that row, let me show you so that I don't have to actually say I'll meet you back at the end of this row. I'll just let you have at it. So when you do your double crochets all the way to the end, you might think that is your last double crochet. Well, it's not. That chain 3 right there, 1, 2, 3, that is your last double crochet. So you might want to grab your other stitch marker and count up 3. 1, 2, 3, and put it there. So when you come making your double crochets along here, you'll go into there, you'll go into there, and you'll go into right there, that chain 3, that top chain 3, and then you'll chain 3, and then you'll turn your work around, and you'll put a stitch marker at that 3rd chain and make your double crochets. And so I'm going to do this for 10 rows, I believe, in the maroon. Let me show you. I went ahead and made a little drawing here. So here's my first row, the black, the row of single crochets, and that's about 10 rows of the double crochet. Let me put this on here. 10 rows of DC, double crochet. Okay, so that's 1 row of single crochet in black, 10 rows of double crochet, and then we're going to do 1 row of single crochet, and then meet me back here. Now if you're doing this in a solid color, then just continue on until well, actually just continue on, and you will go all the way up till you get to the shoulder, and then that's where you'll meet me back if you're not going to be changing colors. Okay, so here I am close to the end of my row, and I just wanted to come back on camera just in case any of y'all are new and don't know how to double crochet into the chain. Remember I had you put the stitch marker right there at the chain 3? Okay, so this is how you would do that. You can either take the stitch marker out, or you could just leave it in and do it, but here is how you double crochet into the chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So you would just go into there and just make your double crochet as normal, and then chain 3, and then right here you can put your stitch marker right back in so that you know that when you're on your way back, you know that that's going to be your last stitch. Okay, now you're going to turn your work around and you're going to yarn over, and you're not going to go into that first one, remember, you're going to go into that second one and make your double crochets and continue on down all the way down to the end of the row. And like I said, I'm going to do this for about 10 rows of double crochets in the maroon, and then I will meet you back here when I am getting ready to make my color change from the maroon to the black. Alrighty guys, have fun! Okay, so here I am close to the end of my row 10 with my maroon color, and I thought I would finish it up with you and show you once again how to change the color of the yarn. Okay, so remember that 1, 2, 3, the chain 3 is your last stitch. So don't forget that. So we went into there, and now I'm going to yarn over and go through there, and then I'm going to stop there and leave 2 loops on my hook, and that's where I'm going to drop this color and pick up the black and pull that through the 2. And now what I'm going to do is cut the tail of the maroon and tie the black and the maroon tail together just like we did before. Okay, and so now I will chain up 1, because now we're going to do single crochets again, or at least I am. See, I've got 1 row of black single crochets, and then I've got 10 rows of maroon double crochets, and now we're going to turn our work around, and once again I'm going to incorporate these 2 tails as I crochet along. Okay, so I'm going to go under the tails and into that first stitch there, because remember we go into the first one when we're doing single crochets. Okay, so let's just make a row of single crochets all along, okay, till we get to the other end. Alright, when you get to the end, I'll meet you there and tell you what to do next. Okay, so here I am close to the end of my row, my single crochets with black. And I'm going to change colors to the dark gray now. So I'm going to count up 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3. Insert my hook. Pull up a loop, drop the black, and grab my gray and pull that through. And now I'm going to chain up 3 because we're going to make double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to turn our work around. And once again, I'm going to incorporate my tails in through here as I double crochet. I'm going to go under the tails. Okay, make my double crochets. Okay, I'm going to do this 2 more times because this is going to count, this chain 3 is going to count as 1 double crochet, and that's 2, and I want 2 more double crochets. Okay, so I want 4, And then I'm going to go ahead and let me see, drop the tails already, because I think they're incorporated enough. Now I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and so I'm going to skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then I'm going to double crochet and insert my hook into the next stitch. Okay, so there's 1 double crochet, and I'm going to make 3 more. So basically I'm going to make 4 double crochets with the gray, and then I'm going to chain 2 and skip 2 spaces, and then double crochet into the next one and make 4 double crochets, and then I'm going to repeat this pattern right here. 4 double crochets, chain 2, skip 2 stitches, and then double crochet 4 more. So basically it's going to look like this. Okay, we've done the 1 row of single crochets in black. I've done 10 rows of double crochets in the maroon, and now I'm doing this: 4 double crochets, skipping 2, 4 double crochets, skipping 2, and so on. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'll do a little bit more with you. Oops. Okay, so here's my 4th one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me cut these tails already. Okay. And now, since we have our 4th double crochet and we're going to skip 2 stitches, I'm going to chain 2. 1, 2, and then skip those 2, and then double crochet into the next one. Okay, so you want to keep doing that. Keep following this sequence. 4 double crochets, chain 2, skip 2, 4 double crochets, chain 2, skip 2, and so on. Do that all the way till you get to the other end. And what I would like to happen is I'm hoping that at the other end I end with 4 double crochets. It might not happen that way, but that's what I'm hoping happens. If it doesn't, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it if it doesn't end up that way on my end either. All right, guys, I'll see you when you get to the other end. Have fun. Okay, guys, so here I am at the end of the sequence that I have here with the dark gray. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change color again right here. And I'm going to do 1 row of single crochets in black, okay? I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work around. And once again, I'm going to incorporate the tails. Okay, go under the tails and then go through the first one and make my single crochets. Okay, and I'm going to do that all the way down till I get to the other end. Let me do a couple here real quick with you. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to drop the tails because I think they're incorporated enough. Okay, so right here, oops, sorry. Alright, so this is what it's looking like right there. And right here on the chain 2, go ahead and put, I'm going to drop the tails. Like I said, I'm not going to incorporate them anymore. Go ahead and put 2 single crochets in there, 1 and 2, and then now put your single crochets above the double crochets from the previous row. Alright, so that's how we're going to do that if you're following the same design as I'm doing. Okay. Oops. Okay, now here's the chain 2 space again, so put 2 single crochets in there. Okay, so let me show you what my design, what my pattern is going to look like. Okay. Okay, so I did that row of the gray sequence design, and now I'm going to do one more row of black in single crochets. See if I can do this. Okay, so that's where we are right now. We did a row of single crochets in black, okay, then we did 10 rows of double crochet in maroon right here, and then we did one row of single crochets in black, and then we did the sequence with the gray, the 4, and then the skip 2, and then the 4 right there, and now we're doing one row of single crochets in black. And so now that you know how to do all these, what I'm going to do next, and I'll just have you do this. Let me find my gray crayon now. Okay, so now the next row is going to consist of that again, that row with the gray 4 double crochets, skip 2, 4 double crochet, skip 2, 4 double crochet, skip 2. So after I do this row of black single crochets, that's what I'm going to do next, okay? And then after that, I'm going to do a row of black single crochets, and then, so at that point, that black row of single crochet is going to basically be this, and then I'm going to duplicate everything I just did. So meet me back here when you get all the way up to your shoulder. I don't know how long you're going to make yours, so I'm not going to come back with every single row to give you further instruction, because now you know what to do. Now you know my design pattern that I'm doing. And there's the black, and now I'm going to repeat right here. So basically that black row is the same as that black row, and now that I've got maroon there, you're going to put maroon there, and then black there, you're going to put black, and so on. You're going to basically duplicate everything from that black row up to there, okay? Because there's your start, again, your black row, and then start duplicating. Alrighty guys, I hope you understood that. I'll see ya in a while. It's going to take me a while to get all the way up to my shoulder. Alright, have fun. Okay, so I'm not sure if I was very clear in my explanation, because I had a hard time articulating what my design was going to be, but basically this is what it's going to look like. Keep in mind though that this is just a drawing, so it might end up being more rows of maroon and more rows of this at, you know, on my real project. But I just wanted to show you, this is pretty much what my design that I came up with is going to look like. Alrighty guys, so just keep on going if you're doing the same design as I am, for however many different rows of these that you need until you get up to your shoulder, okay? Alrighty, have fun. Okay, so I am pretty much at the height or the amount of rows that I want for my poncho, and so this is what the top of it looks like right here, and then this is the bottom. Okay, so I've got the maroon, and then this design, and then another maroon, that design, another maroon design, and then another maroon. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets, and I ended it with a single crochet of the black. And pardon me, I'm outside because I didn't know how else to show you the full length of this without putting it on the picnic table here at the RV park. So after this last red section of, or maroon or burgundy, whatever color you want to call it, after that section of 10 rows, I did one row of the black single crochet. And now what I'm going to do is, I hope I'm in the shot, I'm going to chain one, and then I'm going to turn my work around. So I'll do that, I'll turn it all around, and then I'll come back on camera. Okay, so I wish I wasn't in the shot here. I don't have any makeup on or anything. Hey. But anyway, so I went ahead and turned my work around, and I'm going to just leave it at that for right now. What I need you to do is fold this end to this end and find your center, okay? And when you find your center, put a stitch marker there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so here's my center. Let me open it back up for you. Alrighty. Okay, so here's my center after folding the project in half. And now the reason why you're finding that center is because that's where your head will come out of here. We're going to make a hole right here for your head. So now what I need you to do is I need you to determine how wide you want the neck opening, okay? So however you decide to have the neck opening, just make sure that it can go over your head. It doesn't need to be too big or else it'll hang off your shoulder, unless of course you want that look, which is kind of cute. So anyway, go ahead and decide how wide you want the neck hole and try to make it even. Like let's say you've got 20 stitches that you're leaving, make sure you've got 10 on this side and 10 on that side. So go ahead and determine that and then meet me back here. Okay, so this is where I decided to put my neck hole at, right here and right here. And so right here is the stitch where I put the center stitch marker, and don't count that stitch, count the one next to it. And I have 15 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then I put it on the 16th stitch, okay? Do the same on that side. Let's see if I did it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Actually, I think I wanted it on the 15th, not on the 16th, so let me move this one. Okay, so now what you're going to do, now that you've determined where you want your neck hole to be, the reason I said it might be kind of cute if you make an extra big longer neck hole is that it might look kind of cute. Like if you have a tank top on, just the tank top strap will show if the poncho kind of hangs off your shoulder a little bit. So that's kind of a cute idea too. So now that you've determined your center spot and where you're going to stop for your neck hole, now what I need you to do is continue on with your single crochets. Okay, hope I'm in the shot. Yeah. So just continue on single crocheting with the black or whatever color it is that you're using in this sequence here. Go ahead and just single crochet all the way till you get to that spot, that marker, okay? And go ahead and put a stitch marker, a single crochet in that stitch marker, and meet me back here after you've done that. Alrighty, see you in a bit. Okay, so here I am. I hope I'm in the shot again. I'm close to the stitch marker right there. Okay, so I'm making my last single crochet right there where that stitch marker is. And now, since we have this right here is where the stitch marker is, and since we have 14 stitches on this side and 14 on this side, that's 28. And then count the stitch where this stitch marker is, that's 29. So whatever number you come up with in that regards, that's how many chains you're going to make right now. So I'm going to make 29 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now that you have the number of chains that match the number of stitches that you have here, what you're going to do is you're going to take your hook and you're going to insert it right here. Let me see, am I in the shot? Yes. You're going to insert it right here where that stitch marker is now, and then make your single crochet. Okay, so now that's going to be the opening for our neck. Okay, so that's kind of nifty, right? You know me, always trying to make it as simple as possible. Okay, so now what I need you to do is just continue on. Just keep making single crochets all the way down till you get to the end of the other side of the project, and then when you get over here, chain 1 and then make 1 row of single crochet all along here. Put 1 single crochet in each of the chains as well. Go all the way down till the end over here. When you get to the end over here, meet me back. Alrighty guys, have fun. Okay guys, so I know the lighting changed again. Now I'm inside because it was getting really hot outside and I don't need you to see the whole thing anymore now that you've seen it. Okay, so now that we've made our neck hole right here, now that we've done that and we single crocheted all the way to the other end, I'm close to the end now. I thought I would come back and finish it up with you. Okay, so now here's my last stitch and I'm going to leave it there, drop the black and pick up my burgundy and change colors. Okay, and go ahead and tie your black tail, or cut that tail first. There we go. And just tie the 2 ends together. And now just go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, and 3, and then turn your work around. And now we're going to continue on with 10 rows of this color. Okay? Alright, so let's yarn over, double crochet into the next stitch, incorporating your tails as you go along. Okay, so I am probably not going to come back on to give you further instruction because now, as you can see, here, let me cut these now that we've already incorporated them. Now I think you're good to go on your own because you know what the design pattern is. You know that I do 10 rows of burgundy, and then I do 1 row of single crochet in the black, and then I chain 3 and I do this design, which is 4 double crochets, skip 2 spaces, 4 double crochets. So I explained all that already. I do that, then I do 1 row of black, and then I repeat this again, and then 1 row of black, and then I do my 10 rows of burgundy, and now we're here. So now that we're starting our 10 rows of burgundy, we're basically just going to mimic this side. We're going to mirror this side. So this is where your shoulder is, this is the back now, this is the front. So now you're going to do 10 rows of burgundy. So just whatever you did here, you're going to now mirror over here. So your 10 rows of burgundy will be there, your 10 rows of burgundy will be here. This design is here in the front, it should be right here in the back. This is here in the front, it should be here in the back as well. So okay guys, that is pretty much all there is to my super easy poncho. The only thing I will tell you is at the end, what I'm going to do after I'm all said and done is I'm going to make a 1 row of single crochets all the way around the neck area. Maybe, I may not, but I might, just to secure the neck area a little bit. Also, what I am going to do when I'm finished that you can do is when you're all done with your poncho is I'm going to make, I'm trying to get the fabric up here close enough. I'm going to do 1 row of black single crochets all along the edges, okay? So that'll match the bottom. This is the bottom, started in black. So here's the whole bottom that goes down by your thighs. And then when I'm all done, I'm going to do 1 row of black single crochets all along this side and all along the other side. Alrighty guys? Alright, so I know that I'm not finishing it completely with you, but you have no idea how long it's taken me to even do this in between all the other channels that I've been trying to film for and my Etsy shop and everything else. So I don't want to delay it any further. I want to upload it because you guys are asking me where's the poncho tutorial. So I just thought I would do one side with you, show you how to make the neck hole, and then show you how to continue. Now you just continue with the back the way you did the front. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I fell in love with this color scheme that I used. Actually, this could be an awesome looking scarf even, you know, this right here from here to here could be an awesome looking scarf, or from here to here would be an awesome looking man scarf because these colors could be masculine or feminine. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for joining me here again at Made with Love by Glama, where everything is always made and taught by me with love. And thank you so much, all you ladies that have donated on that little PayPal button on my home page. I really appreciate it. You guys are really helping me, and as you can see, my camera's kind of going on the fritz, so that's what I'm going to save up for. I'm going to save up for a camera. And alrighty guys, I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Send me pictures. Go join my Google Plus community page, because that page I made especially for you, because everyone was saying, hey Glama, where can I post a picture of the fingerless gloves that I made from your tutorial, or where can I post the slippers that I made following your tutorial? So I thought, you know what, let me make a page just for my viewers. So yep, that's just for you to show me all the stuff that you've made, that you've followed on my tutorials. Alrighty guys, I love you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you for watching our Glama's channel.